Okay, this is a little video to try and demonstrate the problem I'm having with my start switches not releasing or holding when they shouldn't with Prosim. So I'm using a LED extension card for outputs. I'm using a 2-bank 5-volt relay feeding 12 volts to it, and we have an output line, output 45, which comes up into Pokey's Ethernet 5, which is right in there, and that's ID'd at 25741. Anyway, so to follow that down from that Pokey's card, we've got the output coming along. Output 45 going to number 1 input on the output card, coming out number 1, and over to IN2 on the relay card. The relay card is being fed 5 volts. The ground to the relay card, and of course the output from the Wendy's card going to IN2. That's all good, and in here we've got a diode just to protect the system, and that jumble of wires, we're not even going to get into that right now. So this part I believe is all good. So over to, we're going to close Prosim, open up the PoLab software, go to 25741, which is the Pokey's card that Start 2 is connected to, and 7541, and oh boy. So we've got 45 here is set to digital output for now. It's not inverted. 43, which by the meter is Start 2 ground, is inverted. 40, which is Start 2 off, is also inverted. And 39, which is Start 2 cont, is inverted. So there we have everything inverted except for the output pin. We'll just leave that as a digital output right now. 45, not inverted. We'll send that to the device anyway. And I think Pokey's changed them because I think I had them uninverted. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So we'll go over to the Prosim software and open that up now. Okay, and there we are with the Prosim software. Over to configuration and drivers, and we're going to check the Pokey's to see. Alright, auto configure cards is not set at the moment, so we'll just fly with that for now. And we'll go to combine configuration, pneumatics in this case, switches, and we'll scroll down to Start 2. And for Start 2, 40 for off, and by the meter 40 is off. Start 2 ground by the meter is 43, and Start 2 cont by the meter is port 39. And by the meter is what I mean when I've actually checked the pins on the rotary switch to confirm that these are the actual ports that show up on both Pokey software and PoleLab software. So these ports, they absolutely have to be correct. Now, there's no other way around it. It's just a matter whether they need to be inverted or not. So we'll go one step further here. We'll take a quick peek at the gates that I'm using. So in this case, for starter 1 solenoid, I'm using port 34 for the gate. That's for start 1. And that's on a different Pokies. That's on Pokies 25742. But the one in question right now that we're working with is start 2 solenoid. It's on 25741, and it's using port 45, which I pointed out earlier in the video. So we'll close that and get down to brass tacks now. This is my issue. If you can see, there's well, we can put battery power on for all it's good it's going to do. So we got battery power on the overhead. That's all we got right now. You can see that, you know, the landing alt and flight alt are dashed out. There's you can see that there's absolutely no bleed air in order to start the aircraft. And so with that in mind, that this is an absolute non-start situation, the start start switch, when put into ground, should automatically pop back to off in the real aircraft anyway. And so we're going to take number 2 start switch, switch it to ground, and there's the sad part about it. It's actually holding in ground with during a no start situation. And this is the part that I cannot figure out. Now if we come around to look at the relay, you can see the red light's on, which means it's closed the normally open port, and it's sending 12 volts to the solenoid in there. And of course, the longer it sends 12 volts to that solenoid in there, the hotter that solenoid is going to get. And after a while, it'll probably get so hot you can't even touch it, which is kind of dangerous. So why is the logic sending a hold command to the start solenoid? Why is it doing that? That it should not be closing normally open in this situation. There's no bleed air, there's no power on the airplane. It just shouldn't be. And that will not release. It will stay like that until it burns up. So anyway, that's the video of my problem. Thanks for watching.